Most of us know all too well that in order to lose weight and to get in shape, it takes discipline. It takes exercise on a regular basis, and it takes discipline to eat the right kind of foods and in the right portions. In a similar way, the spiritual disciplines that we ought to implement in our lives should be seen as exercises that we implement in our lives in order to grow in our relationship with Jesus Christ. Disciplines, spiritual disciplines, ought not to be looked at as something we must do, as commands we must do in order to stay saved. It should be looked at that way. Spiritual disciplines ought to be looked at as privileges that we exercise in order to deepen our relationship with Jesus Christ. When you think of spiritual disciplines, there's probably a few that come to mind because they're the ones that we probably major on a lot. Number one, prayer is a big spiritual discipline. Fasting, and many will mention giving as a discipline that we ought to practice. But beyond prayer and fasting and giving, there are other disciplines that we're missing out on that we have a privilege to exercise if we really want to get close to Jesus Christ. In this next series in the Discipleship Project, we're going to look at developing spiritual disciplines. We're going to look at prayer and the necessity and importance of it, of communicating with God on a regular basis and how that can deepen our relationship with Him. We're going to look at the privilege of sacrifice, that when we give up things and when we give of our time, our talent, our treasure, when we give of those things, it deepens our relationship with Jesus Christ. We're also going to look at the privilege and the discipline of learning the Word of God. The psalmist said, "Thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against you." We need to hide the Word in our heart, and it's an important discipline that we exercise so that we can, again, deepen our relationship with Jesus Christ. And finally, we'll look at the spiritual discipline of corporate worship, the necessity, the need that we have. If we want to deepen our relationship with the Lord, it's all about deepening our relationship with one another in worship together as a body of believers. So join us as we look at these areas that we can implement into our lives that will help deepen our relationship with Jesus Christ.